I believe God blessed me with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, Christians.
Mm-hmm. All right, Odilia Contreras Garza, aka Mom. Thank you for joining me in the den.
Thank you.
Are you happy to be here?
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Have you been wanting to be on?
Since the very beginning.
To share your abundant wisdom.
Right.
¿Verdad?
Yeah, exactly.
So things worked out perfectly to be able to have you on today. It was a little expensive, but finally we were able to come up with the money to get you on. I'm joking, Mom. So you got prettied up today, and Ashley came over and did your makeup.
Yeah.
And your eyelashes and everything.
Mention that.
So tell me about the makeup. How do you feel wearing the makeup?
Not very comfortable.
Not very comfortable. How come, Mom?
I don't know. Never done this.
It looks very nice.
No. Thank
It looks
you.
very beautiful. You're not used to getting made up? Yes, you do. You get made up.
Not like this. Not
No?
with lashes.
Not with lashes?
Not with lashes. Just
No. Why? Why not
I
with
never-
lashes? Too much?
Yeah, too much.
But when I saw you, I almost didn't have you because I couldn't have that type of
I know.
that type of person on my podcast. We had to take care of the testimony of the
Yeah.
podcast.
I told her.
Uh-huh.
I told her he might not want me there.
Well, I'm glad that we were able to get you on. I think there's some interesting things that we can talk about.
Yeah.
We in a little bit later, I want to talk about when you realized, after you had me, when you realized that you were holding something special in your hands. No, let's go back a little bit more than that. And we are part of the Martinez family.
Right.
So that would be your grandpa.
Exactly, yes.
¿Cómo se llamaba?
Fidencio
Fidencio.
Ansalua Martinez, I believe.
Okay. And he was called Apa Grande.
Apa Grande.
And what about his wife, your grandma?
My grandma was Adelita Martinez. Maybe she was the Ansalua one, I don't know.
You remember?
But she was partera.
Partera? What does that mean?
That means that she delivers babies.
A midwife.
A midwife. Okay.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
At home?
At home.
See? Did she deliver y'all?
Yes, she delivered.
Really? Where?
I believe at her house.
In Driscoll?
No, here
Bishop?
in Robstown.
In Robstown. ¿Dónde vivían? Where did y'all live in Robstown? I don't even know the story.
On Washington, where Petey lives.
Okay. So you mentioned David Martinez, which is your first cousin,
Right.
right? Which is the mayor of Robstown.
Right.
And we're cheering him on. We're supporting him. He's been a great mayor. And a lot of y'all lived right there on Washington, ¿verdad?
3 of my aunts and my uncle lived in that block.
Who was that?
It was my grandparents, and then Tio Dan, Petey's dad.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the corner was Tia Arcela, Tio Toño. And then next was Tia Celia and Tio Meme.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last house was the Borchers,
Mm-hmm.
Richard Borchert
Right.
and Tia Esther.
Okay. So Richard era your Tia Esther's husband.
Yeah, well, Borchert was junior. And then
Okay.
Richard.
So Richard Borchard, the judge, was junior.
Right.
So when you mentioned the Martinez family, obviously Apa Grande and Ama Grande had how many children?
10.
10 children. So from those 10 children, Can you name them all? From the oldest to the youngest?
The oldest was Prajeres,
Prajeres.
Eva, Arcela, Blanca, Tia Tota, Tia Celia. Oh, but then the guys.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Tio Neto, Ernesto was after my mom.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
And Grandma was the oldest or what?
Who?
Grandma was the oldest or what?
No, Tia Eva.
Okay.
Guillermo's mama.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
then?
and then Tia Arcela, which is Marta and Lena's mom.
Okay.
Kelo and all that.
So how did y'all manage to get all those? And tell me the rest of the brothers. Porque no sé.
The rest of the brothers, Tio Dan was the young one.
Okay, so Tio Dan, Tio, your Tio
Ernesto.
Neto, Ernesto.
Tio Toño was Tia Arcela's husband. My mom's sister.
Okay. So just 2 brothers?
No, 3.
Who was the third one?
Prajeres
The oldest.
was oldest.
Okay. All right. So it's a little confusing. So it was 3 brothers and 7 sisters.
Right.
Mm. And from those 7 sisters and 3 brothers, it's a huge family. We have our family reunions, and we get tons and tons of people that we grew up together. So it was really close. And now I can see how y'all grew up so close, because y'all are living, well, a lot of them were living right next to each other.
Yes. Tia Eva she didn't live too far from there.
Mm-hmm.
She lived on Kansas.
And I'm getting somewhere with this. So, the people watching, they're like, well, I don't care where they lived or whatever, but I'm trying to get somewhere with this. So how did y'all manage to get all those houses in that street?
I don't know.
You don't know how they did it?
We used to live in Bishop.
Uh-huh.
So we lived in Bishop, and then...
But you were born?
I was born in Robstown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So who lived in Bishop?
Just my mom. My mom and dad. Because his family was from Bishop, the Contreras.
Okay.
And that Contreras, there's Adolfo,
mm-hmm.
that he was a mayor,
Okay.
And then
So he was a mayor in Bishop or what?
Adolfo,
Which was what to you? Tio? Was he
my cousin.
your cousin? So just from Grandma's side, the Martinez side, obviously when there's 7 sisters, you're going to have all kinds of different last names other than Martinez.
Right.
And there's Contreras. There is Rodriguez, right? There is Gonzalez. Borchard.
And Gallegos.
Any others?
There was previous marriage with
okay.
Negra, and then
Okay.
there's what Felix and Idolina Came, Hilda.
Yes. Big family.
Right.
We have a great time in our family reunions, and everybody is very close. We remember, even if by this time we're 3rd, 4th, 5th cousins, whatever,
mm-hmm.
we're still very close, and it's almost as if we're first cousins.
Right.
So, and y'all lived on Washington. How did Washington look when you were growing up? Did it look like the way it does now? Obviously not, ¿verdad? Pero was it rancho or what was it?
Nah, it was like the way it looks now.
Kind of like the way it looks
now. If I remember correctly.
Okay, so by the time they were all there, they were already Christians. By the time they were on Washington. Where did they live before Washington Street?
My grandparents?
Yes.
They lived in
Un rancho.
Ranchos and west. I don't know if west of, but no, Goliad and all those pueblitos.
Okay.
There.
Okay, so they lived on a rancho. I'm trying to get to the story of salvation, how salvation came into the family. And I know you know the story. So let's get to that story. Everybody lived together, I'm assuming, because Tio Prajeres is the oldest.
Yes, none of them were married.
None of them were married. How old was Tio Prajeres at the time?
I don't know.
You don't remember? Más o menos. Teenager?
Yeah.
Okay. 20s?
20s, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, and then tell me that story.
Well, my grandparents were not, they were Catholics.
Okay.
Big time Catholics.
Mm-hmm.
And they would, what I remember is that from the stories they tell us was that they would go out dancing and all that, you know. And one time, Tio Prajeres, they were coming from a dance and they left them. He left them at home, the siblings. And he said that he was going out. And so he was going to a dance by himself. He got in a wagon and the horse and started looking for a dance. So while he was in the horse, he heard music and he thought that it was a dance. So he stopped and he got inside. Well, to his surprise, it was a church. They were singing cantos, hymns, and coritos, and he liked it. He loved it, and he said, wow, He went home and he told his sisters and brothers that he found something that he loved and that he was going to take them, and you're going to love it. He said that. So they were all excited. That's what they tell me. They were all excited. They thought they were going to a dance.
A real good dance.
They thought they were going to a dance. Well, to their surprise, it was a church. They took them service. And they all liked it.
Good.
They loved it. I believe they gave their lives to God. And, well, to tell my grandparents was another thing because they were mad. They were mad because he had taken them to the church, and
that wasn't Catholic, right?
That wasn't Catholic. And they were mad, and my grandma was the first one, and my grandpa was mad. So eventually they brought him, and he gave his life to Christ, and he became, after a while, I believe, he became friends with a preacher, Mano Abraham. He was the president of the organization where después they attended. He was really good friends to him. And
Hermano Abraham what?
Vasquez,
okay.
Hermano Abraham Vasquez. And he learned a lot from him, I believe.
Okay.
So my grandpa, he went to look for Mano Abraham so he could marry us.
Marry who?
Me and Daddy.
Oh, really? But wait, we were getting way ahead.
Okay.
Right? We're getting ahead?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get to that in just a little bit. So he becomes friends with him, right? At some point, he becomes a pastor, right?
Yes, he becomes a pastor.
Well, let's go down that route.
Well,
Apa Grande becomes good friends with Pastor
him
Abraham Vasquez.
and Garza, Ortiz, them people like Salomon
Ortiz. Okay.
His dad, I believe, or grandpa, I'm not sure. I think they started at Montesina Church.
Okay. Who's they?
The Ortizes.
Oh, it wasn't Apa Grande.
Después he got it.
Okay.
But that church used to be a house across the street behind that, and then they moved it to the C.
Avenue C.
If I'm correct.
Which is still there. Montesina
It's still there,
Christian
and
Church.
that's where Apa Grande pastored.
Okay. So he became, the Ortizes were pastors also? Or they just opened the church?
No, they see Salomon's mom.
Salomon Ortiz.
Congressman
Salomon Ortiz.
Married. She married. No. They were related.
Okay.
The Garzas,
The Ortizes.
like Waldo, and
yes.
all them.
Okay.
They were related. I guess.
So Salomon Ortiz's mom and dad? Where was his dad? Salomon Ortiz's dad.
I believe he died.
Okay, so he wasn't part of the beginning of that church, Monte Sinai?
I don't remember that.
Okay, so how did they start the church? Do you know? Or you don't really know the story?
We lived in Bishop.
Okay.
But we were being chiquitos when they started the church.
Okay. So they start the church. Apa Grande starts pastoring. So I know the story that Salomon Ortiz, Congressman Salomon Ortiz, at some point was the youth pastor.
Yes.
Of y'all's youth president.
Of the youth for that season, for that
church
era,
Okay. Yeah, so that's probably something that a lot of people don't know about Salomon Ortiz Jr. He was the president of the youth of Monte Sinai Christian Church. I think as we grow up, a lot changes and this and that. But so he gets saved. Apa Grande, I have a picture of Apa Grande at the Nueces River. Mm-hmm. And a lot of y'all are around. They're baptizing. He's wearing a suit right there by the river. There's a rope and people are going in to get baptized. And there's a lot of y'all, your cousins when they were little, and the family, right? So Apa Grande eventually rounded up Tio Parajeres, introduced them to Jesus, and then of course the patriarch Apa Grande brought everybody to the house, became a pastor, and started pastoring the church. From there have been so many people born from them, from their children, that are pastors, are praise and worship leaders, Grammy Award winners, have played in the World Series.
Right.
All kinds of attorneys, doctors, you name it, have come from Apa Grande. And we don't know much about anyone before that, but once he came to Jesus and the whole family came to Jesus, God blesses the seed and the generations to come. Mm-hmm. And here we are many years later, and we're talking about them. Mm-hmm. I think it's important that we sow the seed of the gospel to our children and our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren, so that years from now, many years, generations after we're gone, they're still talking about what they did. And I think it's very powerful. I want you to tell me a little bit about life as a child, being taken to church by your parents now. So was Grandpa a believer when Grandma got married with him?
Yeah.
He was.
He was the only one in his family.
In the Contreras family? In
the Contreras family.
Okay. How did Grandma find him?
I don't know.
You don't know. But they got married, and then they had y'all. Mm-hmm. Who was the oldest?
Pablo.
Tio Paul. And then Tiane, Tia Alicia, you, and Adele. Okay. Y'all were being taken to church. Yeah.
They took us to church. And when season came, that we would go to Los Trabajos way to the west.
Migrants. To go La Pisca, right?
Sí, a Pisca, whatever. And in Christmas, I remember the pastor from the church, they would sing, like, for Christmas, the play, so they could learn what they were going to say, the parts. And then we came, and they were ready to.
So y'all would leave up north. What parts? What parts up north?
Alton, and we would go shopping in Plainview and all that.
Okay, todos los días.
Well, what do you mean todos los días?
No. It's Grandpa. All 5 of y'all? 4 of y'all?
What?
Tio Paul, Tiane, Tia Alicia, you? I'm assuming Adele was still too young.
Well,
y'all would all go?
Yeah. She was. I don't think she was even
born yet. Okay. And all of y'all were over there.
Yeah.
Working. Okay. And they would send y'all's Christmas play parts so y'all could learn them while y'all were over there. Mm-hmm. I like that. I don't think we could do that now.
And they would tell us what we were going to wear.
Oh, okay.
The colors, like
Mm-hmm.
red skirt and a white blouse, and when they were going to sing. I was
Uh-huh.
still small, but I remember that they would wear that
Uh-huh.
for the
So, so y'all were little and y'all were going to church.
yeah
What did y'all think of that?
of my parents for
Then
taking us
taking
to
y'all,
church.
yeah.
We would just go.
Uh-huh.
We didn't think, like we knew that we had to go to church. We wouldn't say like again or whatever. No,
No.
no, we just went.
It was a way of life.
That was our outing, going out and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Back in the day, it was different.
Back in the days, it was so different.
So if you're going to church since you were a little girl, at what age did you get saved?
like way back then, we thought we were saved. We wouldn't go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Just church, home, Dairy Queen. And so, hasta que vinieron las carpas,
Mm-hmm.
revivals,
Tent revivals?
tent revivals, and we would attend. And then, we would hear that you had to make a decision. You have to accept Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about 15, but that's why. But all this time, we don't do anything wrong according to us.
Yeah.
Just church.
And obviously we know that it is not by us doing wrong. We're already in the wrong because we are sinful
born.
by nature. But
Yeah.
I think it was good that y'all had a relationship with God up to that point. And we're supposed to train up a child in the way that they should go so that when they grow up, they do not depart.
And they did.
Yeah, and they prepared you for the time and the moment that you made the decision for yourself to receive
Right.
Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. So you were 15. Do you remember the moment?
No.
But it was at a tent revival?
No, it was a church.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
Which church was that?
I believe Montesinayi.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We came from Bishop when I was like maybe in the 4th grade. I passed through the 4th grade.
You passed to the 4th grade.
That's when I started going to Halmartin.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you remember those times?
Not really.
No? You don't remember what life was like as a child?
In the what?
As a child?
Oh, it's a child. Yeah.
You don't remember?
Because I remember. I mean, like.
I'm asking because I know Glinda, your other daughter,
¿Qué tiene?
she doesn't remember a lot of her childhood. Do you remember your childhood?
Yeah, I mean, by seeing some pictures, I remember, we would go to the, that was, yeah, but there was Della and Vicky. When I would see them, they were in the porch of the house, and then I remember me taking a picture on, Paolo had a 57. Baby blue, and standing there taking a picture and stuff like that, and then we'll go to our cousin's house because all that barrio where all of them used to live, most of them lived there. So we bought we brought the house from Bishop, and it was on Iowa. So we would go walking to Washington Street,
Yeah.
and we'd get together. My parents would get together at their house when there was no church, no service.
Yeah.
We'd go visit them. We hang out with them,
And everybody had Jesus in common.
Jesus was the center. I mean, we didn't know anything else,
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people don't have that. They have to go and experience all kinds of nonsense, and then they come to Jesus after life beats them up. But it doesn't mean that we don't have troubles and trials. I'm sure you've gone through some situations. Huh? So you start growing up, you get saved at 15. That wasn't long before you got married, right?
No.
How old were you when you got married?
I had already turned 17.
17. Okay. It's 2 years after you get saved,
Somewhere around there.
you get married. So you were telling the story about Apa Grande going to get Pastor Adan Vasquez. Tell me what was happening. Why did he have to go get him? Like, what's the story?
I don't want to remember this, but yeah, I did elope.
You eloped.
Yes.
That means y'all just took off and went to go be. He just took you away from the house, right? Back in the day, if somebody left without permission, it was considered que se la robaron, right? They stole her.
Yes.
Right? So Daddy takes you from the house without permission, right?
From school.
From school. Mira nomás, my mom, the rebel. And then?
So we get married.
So wait. Where'd y'all go? What happened? What? He takes you from school where?
Just driving.
Just driving.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I won't get into too much detail, but
no.
I can assume what you mean by y'all went driving. And when did y'all come home? When did he bring you home?
To his house, to his mom's house.
Oh, he didn't take you back home?
No, the next day.
The next day. So he took you to his house. Okay. And what was going on at his house?
Well, nothing much. Nothing.
That's not what I mean. I mean, who was there? Abuela, abuelo?
Abuelo, tío Rafael.
That's it. Just them three?
Them three.
Everybody else was already grown and out.
Yes.
Okay. Tío Mauro was not there either.
He was married. Ya te había casado con tía Alicia.
Okay, ya estaba casado with your sister.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you meet Daddy? You don't remember how y'all met?
In school.
In school? Okay, y luego?
And they would hang out together.
Who's they?
All the primos, their cousins, like
The Garzas and the Vasquez?
the Vasquez.
And the Borchards?
The Borchards.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Borchards.
And then?
They Borchard used to play football, and they all play football.
Right.
This how come they would get together.
Okay. And then you met him at school, but you also met him over here. Like, tell me, how did it happen? Love at first sight or?
Nah.
No?
No.
You don't want to say or what?
No.
Okay. So that happens and you say that Tío, that Apa Grande went to go look for.
Hermano Abraham.
What for?
To marry us.
Okay. You were getting emotional about that. How come? What was happening? Earlier when you were talking about it.
He went to look for him and took it, marry us, and later on we were seeing pictures, and somebody asked me, "Who's that shadow?" There was a shadow in the picture, and because it was Hermano Abraham, and then there was a shadow, and there was Apa Grande, pero no parecía Apa Grande. Leo, well, maybe it was God to make, that was maybe protecting us, maybe.
Yeah.
So our marriage lasted
How many years?
many years.
Many years. And how was marriage?
It was hard.
Yeah. How come?
Huh?
How come?
I don't know.
Está pesado, Daddy.
Bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm. But he was raised in a difficult household as well. You would say it wasn't the same type of house you were growing up in, right?
No, it wasn't the same.
Yeah. Do you know the difference?
Mm.
It sounds like in y'all's there was a lot of love, a lot of family.
¿Cómo?
It sounds like in y'all's there was a lot of love, a lot of family support.
Oh, yeah.
How about in his? How did his look like? Do you remember?
And I don't know.
You don't remember?
I don't remember.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I never got the chance to sit down with him and ask. He passed away 2 years ago almost.
Right.
Yeah. In 10 days. Well, in 11 days it'll be 2 years. But it was difficult. And I think at some point in there he did start serving the Lord early on. Yes.
We went to Houston. We lived over there, and there he started. But it was hard because he used to smoke,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe his mom didn't help any because she smoked.
Yeah.
And when he tried to smoke, ella decía, "Go prendeme este cigarro."
When he was little, he was
Young.
12, I think. He said she would tell him to go turn on a cigarette for her, so he would go and turn it on for her and take some puffs, and that's how he got.
Sure.
And that's how he got addicted.
And I remember when he was going to church in Houston, and we had Abuela with us, and one time I came home and I said, "Why is the door locked?" I knocked on the door. Well, he had tried to quit. I think he had for a while. He quit, but then turning on the cigarros for her, it didn't help any.
Mm-hmm. So already as a grown up, also that continued.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he felt maybe, but how did that affect him serving God? Did he feel guilty about it, or?
Nah, I don't think so. He just
because y'all went to Houston.
Backslide, no?
Y'all went to Houston, and y'all he was serving God.
He was going to church.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then?
So all of a sudden no.
What happened that made him kind of backpedal a little bit? I know there was a reason. I talked to him one time, and he didn't necessarily say this was the reason, but I heard it, and I was like, that's what happened, and that kind of put him away. Do you remember?
I don't remember.
I know a lot of miracles happened when we were little. ¿Verdad?
Mm-hmm.
I know that he would talk about how he would, I think I had pneumonia, ¿verdad?
Mm-hmm.
And that he prayed. I think he took me to the church or something. Con Pastor Meneses. And I had he prayed for me, and I think he gave him a prophetic word that I was going to be fine, and I was healed. You remember that?
I don't know. I don't remember if it was you or Omar.
Mm-hmm. Both of us had it, though, right?
Well, but you had it when we were here in Corpus.
Okay.
You got really sick, but God healed you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They put me in ice.
Yes. They put you on ice.
I remember that story when I was little, que me decían that they put me on ice, and I thought that I was like a popsicle. Yellow. I was like, what?
Yeah, they put you on ice.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. So y'all get married and y'all start having us.
Yes.
And what was that like? You had Duri.
Duri was first.
Gilbert Garza Jr.
But when I was pregnant, he left to go work somewhere. I don't remember where.
Who did?
Daddy.
Okay.
And then when he came, just because Rudy was going to be born, I believe.
Okay.
And then
Glenda.
and then Glinda. Then you.
And then
Omi.
and then magic happened and I was born. Then Omar and then Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about that. What was it like being a mother to 5 children?
It was, y'all were good kids and everything. You know, it was, it was really rough because the financial, it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
that great. But we made ends meet,
Mm-hmm.
the best that we could.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember being little. I mean, I think we knew we didn't have a lot, but we were fine.
Yeah.
I remember going to the refrigerator and the freezer and not seeing anything. And you would go and pull something out and make a little feast. So somehow God was providing all that time.
Yep.
So what are some of the ways that you've seen God move, as you guys were married, growing, raising children? What are some of the ways that you saw God
I remember
move?
them, they were at home and they were playing cards.
Who's them?
Daddy, Mauro, Lolo, and
His brothers.
the brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And I would listen to preachers on TV, Robert Tilton.
Mm-hmm.
And they would ask for money. And I would see, I would see money.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the brothers said, "Nambre, this, the mastan pipi, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
And then he didn't want me to continue.
To continue what?
Sending the money.
Oh, okay. Daddy. Didn't want
Daddy.
you- Okay.
But I did it,
Mm-hmm.
which was they didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
It was a blessing to us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, tell me about how you've seen God move as y'all
my
were
God.
in your marriage and as you were raising us.
God never left us. We were always, had the provided. God always provided for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, out of nothing, we would do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Food. And I remember, I think it was Guillerma. They were giving some food, and she brought us a big box of treat meat.
Yerma, your cousin.
Guillerma.
Mm-hmm.
Of food. And
I was already in high school.
you were already,
And
we
y'all
were already
made-
living on B.
And you made treat meat with papas, tacos, and
Tacos,
treat meat with beans and tortilla. I mean, that was amazing. I know maybe somebody would think that was living poorly, but we loved it. Like papas
It was
and
good.
spam.
I guess it's the one who made it.
Huh?
The hand who made it.
Yeah, La Mano, you're a great cook. You pretty much anything you make it very, 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 very delicious. You often make enchiladas and you sell enchiladas, ¿verdad?
Yes.
And honestly, I've never tasted better enchiladas. And they're very simple. Very simple. They're not extravagant. They're very simple, but they're delicious. And I think people who taste them, they acknowledge that and they always call you back for them. So you have a touch. I know one of my favorite things that you don't make that often is kidneys? It's the kidneys, the ones that look like
now I used to
bubbles,
make them. Daddy would ask for it, so I would make them.
So I haven't seen that in a long time. Maybe you should make some, maybe tomorrow.
Since he
or something.
passed.
Since he passed. So life was hard. You said marriage was hard with Daddy, but y'all kept it together. Were there ever times where it came close to not staying together?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But what
He would try to leave it. I don't know. I would I didn't want to accept it. Pero, and we stayed.
And what has come of that perseverance from you as a wife, from that relationship?
I believe God blessed me with y'all. Growing up, Christians, y'all are serving God. All of you.
Yeah.
My grandkids, they're not, they're good kids. I think that God bless me like that.
So I know it was rough, and sometimes I hear the stories and I think, wow, that was pretty difficult. Would you say it was worth it?
Yes.
Yes.
Because of the way you grew up. We didn't have much then, but I didn't have trouble with y'all.
Yeah. Well, praise God for that.
Praise God.
I became a pastor at the age of 25. And eventually Daddy started coming to church, and it was a slow change, slow process. So I'm sure you held something still there against him. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that?
The way he was.
But what did you hold against him? Were you angry with him?
Angry, unfaithfulness.
No, but were you angry with him? What did you hold against him? I'm saying. Were you angry with him? Were you angry with him?
I was hurt.
You were hurt? Or were you angry at him? Were you angry with him?
Sometimes I would get angry.
Because hurt will cause anger.
Yeah.
Hurt will cause unforgiveness sometimes. It can cause bitterness. Do you feel like any of those were caused by the hurt that you experienced?
I'm sure.
Huh?
I'm sure, Cassie.
Yeah. How do you feel? Because eventually he started coming to church faithfully. He was a big counsel to me whenever I needed to make decisions. I would always go to him and he would counsel me. Great counsel, always God-based. And sometimes I saw him being more godly in his views than maybe even I was. Was it hard or easy for you to put everything that you had experienced aside to be able to experience him as a Christian?
I don't understand.
So because of everything that he did, the anger we talked about, the resentment, unforgiveness, that is created. But then he becomes a Christian. So he did change. To what degree? That's debatable, I guess. But he did change, and he became a very wise person. Like, his counsel to me was like, how do you know this? How do you come up with this? How do you always give me the right thing to do? He would always give me the right advice. So he had his relationship with God. ¿Verdad? So were you able to put all this aside to be able to enjoy him now in his walk with Christ?
I don't know if when he was growing up he had problems, pero parece to me he would think about that. He would that affected him. So he wasn't. He would give you consejos, but I guess deep inside him, he still had hurt.
Well, yeah, I think we all carry hurt from our past.
Yeah.
I know he did share some stories. It's weird, but as adults, we still carry traumas of something that happened way long ago. And it might have been a small moment. And it carries so much weight into our future. And a lot of times it sabotages our future. We're not able to experience it to its fullness. I really think for the most part he was able to allow God to bring healing. And from my perspective, I did see that. But I'm asking you, like, were you able to put aside maybe the trauma the hurt he caused you, to be able now to enjoy him as he walked with? Because whether he was a Christian or not, era tosco, era pesado. But still, his heart was obviously in a different place. Do you feel you were able to enjoy the change that happened after he received Christ?
Well, yeah, because he would come to church. Would bring me to church. And if we were running late, he would wait for the kids, for the grandkids, if they were there, to wait for them to bring him.
Yeah.
I guess I wouldn't be late to church. So, yeah, that helped.
It did. Okay. So you did notice some of those things that he would do. What was maybe the kindest gesture that he made to you, maybe in his life?
It's coming to church.
Yeah, but I'm sure there was one moment that you just remember that he did something and it touched your heart. Do you remember what that was or no?
Sure, there were several, but
Which one do you remember the most? Think about it. It's in there. What do you think?
that because you had it really hard when you were a youth. And one time he said, you were going to quit your job to go full-time ministry. And he got really mad and he said, don't think that you're going to live here without paying anything. That hurt, but then I think he thought about it and he called you. He wanted to talk to you. And he said, you don't have to pay nothing. Only take care of yourself.
Well, he woke me up.
Yeah, he woke you
He
up.
woke me up. I had just watched a preaching video from T.D. Jakes, Anywhere But Backwards. And he was talking about burning your ox and your plow to go after. And at that moment, I said, I have to leave my job. I fell asleep on his recliner. He comes home. I think I was I think I was 23. And something like that. And he wakes me up. He had just come home from drinking. So I don't know, it was 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. We go outside and he talked to me and he says, cuando me dijiste que te ibas a dejar el trabajo, when you told me you were going to leave your job, I was going to say, okay, well, dale. Go for it. But you can't stay here. Go figure it out. If you think you can do it, get out of here and go figure it out. Pero yo sé que Dios habla con la gente. I know God talks to people. And as far as a roof over your head and food for you to eat, food to eat, you'll have that here. Other than that, your car or anything else, it's on you. So to me, I was like, what in the world is happening? Like, if this is not God telling me to do this, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
So the next day I woke up. I didn't hesitate at all. I woke up, called in because I didn't go to bed till like 5 in the morning. I called in. I said, I'll be there by noon. And the receptionist was like, are you sure you know what you're doing? Kind of like, because I was going to get in trouble. Y le dije, yes, I'm sure. I'll be there at noon. So I went and I told my boss that I was going to be leaving. And he asked for 2 weeks notice. And I said, I wanted to give you 2 weeks notice, but I can't give you 2 weeks notice. And he asked me, well, what would the Christian thing to do be? Wouldn't it be to give 2 weeks notice? And I told him, well, the Christian thing to do would be to listen to God and be obedient. And he doesn't want me leaving 2 weeks notice. Now, this is the same boss that had come into my office there previously. I worked with the probation department intake. And I had a sign that one of the judges had given to me that probably somebody on the street gave to her that said, take it to Jesus. He'll work it out. I had it on my desk. He had come in maybe a few weeks earlier, come into my office and said, can you put that down? Because it's big and, people come in here and, we don't want them to have to look at that. So he didn't want me to be a Christian then, but now he wanted me to be a Christian. And I didn't hold anything against him, but I just said, no, well, the Christian thing to do would be to listen to God. And this is what God is asking me to do. So I'm going to leave. And I later realized that God was wanting me to burn my plow, sacrifice it like Elisha did, and not have a way back. Burn your boats. Don't leave with a on good standing, in essence. In other words, you can't go back even if you wanted to. And obviously, I never looked back. God gave me that job, and it lasted 4 months. And I can tell you the story of how he gave it to me, but it's not. He gave me the job, and 4 months later, he asked me to leave it. He was calling me. I wanted to leave it. And that 4 months was God just showing me that I didn't want to do that. So that later on I wonder what it would have been like if I would have taken that route. He showed me. I said, I don't want to do this. And then called me out. And I've been ministering since. Started with youth pastorship. And then after about a year and a half, started pastoring the church. So I'm going to ask you to give me a testimony. Well, let me back up a little bit because I didn't go very far. So you saw Daddy move in those areas. I think sometimes because of the hurt that we experience, we're not able to see more. Do you feel like because of your hurt, maybe some unforgiveness, you weren't able to really, really, really experience him? Because,
because of all that.
Yeah. I think that's what happens sometimes. We hold on to stuff and then we can't enjoy future thing. And not saying that anything you experienced was not very, very severe. I believe it was. But you think if you had been able to forgive, release it from your heart a little bit more, you might have been able to enjoy him a little bit more. How did you feel when Daddy passed? It's probably a stupid question, but how did you feel? What went through your mind and through your heart when Daddy passed?
He was suffering bastante. So it hurt. Pero Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was it, the way I saw him there at home,
Mm-hmm.
sitting in the sofa,
Mm-hmm.
because you could see that he was hurting.
Yeah.
He was in pain. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Some days later, he had like a little insurance policy that he had put together, and they called you and talked to you about the insurance, that the amount is not important, but there was some money that he had bought a little insurance for.
yeah.
So they called you because they needed to talk to you. That happened when I got home, or when I got to where you were at. It broke you a little bit. Do you remember what you said to me? No. You said he did his best. Do you remember that?
I could have said it.
You did say it, but I remember it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow.
Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah, and I know you were having a moment, but I think he did do his best.
Yeah.
I think nobody is perfect. We all fall short. But as far as a dad, I couldn't ask for anybody else to have been my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And the same with mom. Like, I couldn't ask anybody else. I wouldn't ask for anybody else to be my mom but you. I think you did an amazing job. And the way you loved him showed us a lot. I think it could be controversial, and a lot of people would say this should have happened, that should have happened, but we're the ones that lived it. We're the ones that experienced it. And I think I'm glad it went the way it went. I'm glad you endured and you stayed strong. And perhaps you didn't get everything you wanted, but I think you're seeing other blessings as well.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately, God will recompense everything that you didn't get to experience while you were here on this earth.
I believe he's doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. He wanted. Well, he was a good father.
Mm-hmm.
He was.
Yes.
He was the vicious que lo
Right.
messed him, but he was. He tried to teach you the right way. I remember when Duty came out of the Marines.
Mm-hmm.
He came. He had barely put some earrings.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "What do you have? What did you do to your ears?" They were freshly pierced. Oh, it hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't want him to be wearing those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was a very authoritative disciplinary. We were not to come home with earrings, tattoos, or anything stupid like that.
Mm-hmm.
He made sure that rebelling wasn't even an option, because I think he would have probably killed us if we would have rebelled.
And I remember when you had gone to next door to watch football. It was just next door. It was
basketball.
early to the Ruizes.
Mm-hmm.
And he sent somebody to call you. Come over here. And he nailed you.
I was a senior in high school.
You were senior in high school.
Me estaban hincando.
Te tenían hincado facing the wall because you had left to the neighbor's house to watch football.
And that was an extreme moment. I don't think the majority of his discipline was that extreme. But we would get the belt. We were disciplined. Saluda. Behave yourself.
Yeah.
Be respectful. Make your grades at school. He was big on that. So I'm very grateful for that now, because I see other people that didn't have that discipline, that unfortunately had to experience life in different ways.
Yes.
With that, but I'm very grateful for that discipline that he gave me. So yeah. So no tattoos, no nothing. Of course, we see some of our nephews and some of your grandchildren that operating in that. Obviously, he don't like that. I don't think he would have been that thrilled about it or approved of it. But we often do that to try to fit in and try to go with the flow and that kind of stuff. But he made sure that we were not people who went with the flow. He made sure that we were not people that were followers. He wanted us to be leaders and for us to set the pace, not to fall in line with everybody else. And that's what I try to stress to others. It doesn't always work because you got to make the decisions for yourself. But I think he did a great job in that. Before we conclude, give me a testimony that you would love to share with the people about your life. Anything. It can be recent. It could be, what would you like to tell the people today?
I got a lot of blessings. And the first thing they told me, don't talk about money. But I'm not talking about money. I'm talking the way I got it. And there was a lot of testimonies.
You have a lot of testimonies concerning seed time and harvest. When I started as a Christian, when I got saved at the age of 20, you taught me how to tithe and how to give offering. So through the years, I've seen God bless you through your giving. And again, we're talking about people that didn't have a lot to throw around, but you were faithful with your tithing and offerings. I remember one time that I wanted school clothes, and y'all didn't have any money, and not that I needed school clothes.
Yeah.
And you sewed somewhere or did something, and then received a call from Daddy to go buy us school clothes because he had just received like a $3,000 check. And back there, $3,000 was, it's a lot now. It was way, way, way more back then. Little things like that I've seen. I've seen you believe and stand in faith for healing. For me, I know there was a time where my back was hurting in high school and I couldn't get over it. And you prayed for me, and you stood in agreement with some ministers, sent a seed, and God gave me healing without me probably even realizing it. But there's so many things like that, and I walk in that as well.
Yeah, and you showed me how to it's not tithing, but it's not offering.
First fruits,
but a commitment. Make a
commitment. Okay.
And you would ask for a lot. And I didn't know where I was going to get it from. I didn't have it at that time. But all I would say, I'll do it. By the time that you had set a date to be turned in, I had it and some more. And like, wow, And that even tried, no, don't do it. Don't do it. I remember one time you asked for a lot, 7,000, and he told me we're gonna put. We did it together, which I wanted to do it. Me 7 and him 7.
Yeah.
But he said no. I said okay, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And I remember one time he said, I need to talk to Glinda. I said, why? Because I'm supposed to pay the IRS. and me cayó 15,000, which I could have done one, he could have done one, and then have an extra 1,000.
Yeah.
And he noticed.
Yeah, he noticed. I know that he was a big giver as well. When we were on television in Houston, his company paid for us being out there, and that was a lot of money on a monthly basis.
In Houston,
Yes, it was a lot.
because
And
with that money, those 15,000 is when we made the first service in the fairground.
Okay.
Remember?
Yep.
You paid to have the service, and then
Yeah.
we did it. But
Yeah, God has always challenged us in that, in giving and seeing God move in that area. And throughout my life, también, I loved. God says when it comes to that, to test Him. I guess it's one area where we can almost have like a basketball game, if you will, with God. But you will never outgive God. Whenever you give to God, He always blesses you back 100-fold, 60-fold, 30-fold. You will never outgive God.
and I remember when you asked for sponsors for $20 from the youth,
When I was a youth
$20
pastor.
a month, find a sponsor.
Yeah.
Because at that time there were kids
Right.
going to church that their mother would not be at home by the time they would come out from church.
Right.
So you would take them to the pizza, and then you would call me, come over here and bring your card, so I could pay.
Because mine was already maxed out.
Max out.
Yeah, I maxed out a few cards for paying for youth to go eat. I didn't want to leave anybody out. And yeah, I remember asking for sponsorships for the youth. It didn't happen a lot. You were one of them.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
Because then that one youth, I'm not going to mention names, one youth asked me, can you sponsor me? Yeah, it's only $20, right? Nobody's asked me. Dijo, yes, right, Joel? And you said, no. What do you mean, no? How much is it? 200. What? You're crazy. I told you, you're crazy. You can be asking that much money?
Yeah.
They're going to throw you out of church. No, they won't. You're crazy. You can't do that. So, and then you said, Mom, you don't have to. And when you said that, I said, I'm going to do it. I did it. And Daddy was over here in the other room saying, no te metas donde no puedes, because we had just bought the house. I wasn't working. Wow. But I told you, but I'm going by faith. And you said, that's all you need. And then I said, okay. $200 per month for a whole year. And then that was in this after Sunday school. When we went back to the evening service, this girl comes to me and says, Sister, can you sponsor me and my sister to go to 10 Mania? Oh my gosh. I just sponsored $200. But I said, okay, I'll sponsor you, but I'm going to do it by faith. 50 you and 50 your sister. Now, it wasn't 200 no more. It was 300. Oh my gosh, how am I going to do it to pay $300 per month for a whole year? And then I said, what am I going to do? The first payment. And I said, I'm going to make enchiladas. I'm going to make enchiladas, chicken tacos, and all the foods. And just the first time for them, not for you, not for the youth, but for them, I made $100 and I took it to the mom here for help. Never mind. For the girls. And then I said, I told Daddy, can I borrow some money? How are you going to pay it? Okay. But when God blesses, I want you to let me know. He didn't answer. But one time I was ironing, he said he put me an envelope on the ironing board. He said, and I said, what's this for? Well, remember when you told me, when God blesses, let me know. There it is. He didn't know about the other $100. He knew about the $200. He didn't know about the other one. I opened it, and it was $300. $300. So through the whole year, I didn't make no plates. God provided what I had to pay, the sponsorship that I had made. And I said, wow. I finished paying. And I remember going to my cousin's son's wedding on the way back. He told me, I'm going to buy you a car. What kind of car do you want? I don't know. So I turned and I saw this car and I liked the way it looked. Yeah, I want one of those. I said, be realistic. Those are very expensive. You said, what kind of car? I mean, you can buy whatever you want. And we got that car. And then I finished paying my sponsorship. I took it. When I got the car, I took it to church to be prayed for. And the young lady goes, that's what you get for sponsoring and whatever. And then the other one that I was sponsoring gave me a little box with a pin that says Philippians 4:19.
I can do all
my
things.
God shall supply all your needs according to His riches in glory by Christ Jesus. So, yeah, I never made. And then he said, I'm not gonna give you no more money. What got my attention was he said, I'm not gonna give you any more money because I'm gonna pay for Vanessa's buy her a car or go to college for cosmetology. Like, it says no more. But the money was continuing coming.
Yeah.
When he said that, it wasn't you giving it to me, it was God.
Yeah, we've learned to give, and I think back then I was more quick to challenge people financially. I think as the years go by, you kind of stop. That faith move gets, I don't know what the word is, but I used to challenge people a lot because I believe it. But at the same time, I think maybe you stop because you don't want people thinking so much it's about that, which it's not. It's about believing God and trusting God.
That's what it is.
And we've seen God move and do all kinds of things. And we have a foundation of stepping out in faith and trusting God. So by that foundation, then we're able to live the rest of our life as a life of faith and just trusting that all things are going to work together for the good of those who love God.
There was another blessing, big blessing. But Daddy was not satisfied. He didn't want it. And you told me, Mom, listen to Daddy. He's the head of the house. He worries that he won't be able to pay. I did. We were looking for a house here in Robstown. And we were going to move in there. And the man that was going to rent to sell, or rent to buy, he said he was going to do it no more. So what? And Daddy said, what are we going to do now? There was another house in Rotama. We moved in there. And he was looking for houses, to buy. And he said, there's a plan in the Bank of Odom. He wanted to buy another one. He would take care of the River Bridge house. And he agreed. He said, yeah, you're right. He did that. We had moved out of the house. So when he did that, we went back. Yeah. Right, that after day.
Y'all thought y'all were going to lose the house. And I believe you were obedient to that advice I gave and humbled yourself, submitted yourself to him, and then God opened the door back again. And you're still living in that house. And I know that story, and it was just God that did that. So praise God. I believe God is good. God is good.
All the time, he's good.
Yes, I'm glad that you came on to the podcast. Thank you, Mom, for Odilia Contreras Garza, for joining me in the den.
You're welcome. I enjoyed it. I mean, I brought memories,
Mm-hmm.
but good
Yes.
and hurting también,
Yes.
but mainly remember
What
all
needed
that
to be
God
brought
did.
up, and I pray that God would bring healing even of that hurt that maybe hasn't been dealt with. So, amen. Okay, love you.
Love you too.